Lesser Kitchen Operation Channel Intro.
Hello, fellow YouTubers. WfC Stop Motioner here, and here I'm going to do a double re-review for Siege Voyager class Soundwave and Laserbeak Ravage. So, I'm going to set Soundwave off to the side and start with Laserbeak and Ravage. Okay, so alright, so we'll start off with Ravage. Ravage was definitely not the best. See his cassette mode. This is a little too close for comfort. So his cassette mode, I mean, it's okay, I guess. Transformation, fairly simple. You just fold these legs out. Then you just fold this up like this. Then you get, there's a little right there. Just fold this head out. Then you fold down the legs. Fold this up. Then you fold these legs down. So the transformation is a little annoying. And there he is in his mode, whatever this was. Like I said, definitely not the best Siege figure they made. I will be taking a look at another Ravage very soon that is supposed to come in tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Alright, Laserbeak. Laserbeak is pretty cool. His cassette mode actually looks pretty decent. Transformation is more simple. You just hold the legs down, push this up, grab the head, pull it out, and there you have his bird mode. This is cool. This I like. He doesn't really have eyes. He's just got this visor thing, but I'm okay with that. So, that's Laserbeak and Ravage. Ravage is not very good, but Laserbeak is nice. I'm just really hoping that we get a Buzzsaw repaint it at some point. Alright, so there's those two. Now let's get on to Soundwave. Alright, so here we have Soundwave in his land speeder mode is what I'm going to call this. And I mean, it is an alt mode. Okay, I don't really hate this thing. The alt mode, I don't really hate it. I certainly am not a huge fan of it, but I don't really hate it. However, there is another way to transform it that I discovered from another YouTuber who does stop motions named Counter656, I think his name is. So the credit goes to him for where I figured out how to do this transformation. Now he's covered in battle damage, which, as I said before, I didn't really mind, but, you know, it wasn't for everybody. Now there is another gun that comes with him. I stuck that somewhere. I don't know where it was, and I don't really care. It was a stupid gun that didn't do anything anyway. So, here he is with Sound Blaster. And they both look pretty cool. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about with this alt mode. It's really goofy looking. So, let's get him transformed into his fan mode. Okay, so to begin, I'm just gonna pull these guns off, set them off to the side, and then to begin, I'm just going to attach these legs. Pull that up. Then I rotate right here and fold this like this. And there you can give him sort of a really weird looking, but I mean at least you can get him into kind of a weird, goofy alien Walkman mode, I guess. It's okay. So like I said, it sort of can kind of work. But it's not super ideal, but I mean, hey, at least you can open this up. And this is one of the reasons I don't really like Ravage very much, is that he's a little bit more annoying to fit in there. It just, I don't know. Like, Laserbeak just slides right in, no problem. Ravage, you gotta add a little bit more force. So here's Sound Blaster in this fan mode. So, yeah, there's that. Not really a whole lot you can do with the weapons in this mode. I never was able to find the Netflix Soundwave, at least for a good price, so. And honestly, I mean, while this guy certainly doesn't have the strongest offering as far as alt modes go, I like his robot mode still, so that in and of itself was enough to make me stick with it. So, speaking of robot mode, and transformation is fairly simple, really. You just rotate right here, pull this up, pull the feet out. That's a part I always thought was really cool about this transformation. Okay. Now, just do this. And take this right here. Just angle it just right. Then you just fold these in. Then you fold the head out. Pull this up. Rotate the fists out. Then you take this and collapse this part. And to complete the look, just add this right here. And there is Soundwave in his robot mode. And like I said, robot mode is where this figure is at his best. Now, I think the yellow eyes are pretty cool looking. It would have been nicer if they'd had red eyes to look like the original cartoon, but I still think it looks pretty cool. I mean, you can definitely tell that Soundwave. So you can really see the battle damage they got. Make this look like it's cracked. And he cleans up alright. He doesn't really have too many balance issues. You can take this gun. This gun I like. You just extend this, pull it out till it kind of clicks. And you stick it in his hand. And that looks pretty cool. It's a lot better with that other silly gun that he didn't need. You know, I tried to find things to do with that. I didn't want to stick it in his left hand due to how I display this figure. I didn't really like it hanging off the back. I tried to use it to look like Megatron's cannon sticking out of his back, but that just did not work. You can see he's kind of got the fake play buttons. So that's pretty neat. Then here he is with Sound Blaster, who does actually have one difference. You can actually fit 2 cassettes in there. However, I do not do that because I tried doing it one time and the Minicon got stuck in there. So that's kind of unfortunate. But I do use his chest to store these blast effects, so that's pretty cool at least. So, yeah, nice repaint. I don't really know which of these two I like better, but I mean, I am a pretty big fan of black repaints, so I don't know. So for his articulation, his head is on a ball joint. A little bit of up, a little bit of down, but again, a little hindered. He can rotate full 360. Shoulders, go up this far, and do a full 360. Rotation right here. A double hinged elbow, so that's pretty nice. And because of the transformation, the wrist can rotate in. You get a waist swivel, very nice waist swivel. Then if you fold this up, his legs can kick forward that far, so that's pretty good. And can kick back about that far. You can go out to the side that far. Rotation right here. A fair knee bend, and of course, ankle tilt. So, as I've said in a lot of my reviews of Siege figures, articulation is certainly not lacking, and that is greatly appreciated. And of course, you can push that to pop his chest open. Now, the way that I display him, I fold Laserbeak's legs up, and I fold this down because then you can peg Laserbeak into Soundwave's arm right here. And that's pretty cool. And of course I open this to stick another Minicon in there. We'll get to that in a minute. But also some pretty nice sculpted in details. And once again, that's greatly appreciated. So overall, I think that about covers this figure. So I can go ahead and stick him on the display. Alright, so there's Siege Soundwave with my Decepticon display. You can see I got Ratbat coming out of him. And there's his other Minicons. Soundwave is kind of an annoying one to display because it's like I want to stick him more in the back because he's tall. But at the same time, I want to stick him up front so I can have all his Minicons. Anyway, I think this is kind of an underrated figure. A lot of people really are not a huge fan of it. And I mean, I can see why the alt mode is really goofy. At least you can get something that somewhat resembles a radio, or Walkman. But I think the robot mode is still really cool. And again, in terms of if I recommend tracking this down, you might be more happy with the Netflix version, but again, that one is really hard to find, so you might want to try, at least for a good price, so you might want to try trying to find this one. What am I saying? And of course, the Sound Blaster repaint is very awesome, but once again, he's pretty tough to find also. There's Ravage. That's what I do with him. Just stick him right there. So, I think that about covers this figure. So if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and God bless.